What's going on? Welcome to another episode of PopWood Playback. We had some great comments in our last video about Jake's camera skills. So we're gonna tell Jake to put the freaking camera down on the tripod so that everybody stops freaking out. All right? I have yikes. I'm supposed to stop clapping. In this episode of PopWood Playback, I want to kick it off. You just clap. I can't stop clapping. I want to kick it off with Guy's Woodshop. I'm just going to air clap every time. All right, Guy's Woodshop. He made a mid-century modern table, which I remember when he was building this from Instagram, he was talking about how he's not a huge fan of mid-century modern, but he did it in Guy's style, which is he made it a fine woodworking project and he used some really cool tools to do it, so check this out. Next up, we have a homemade PVC pneumatic pocket hole clamping device from Izzy Swan. Izzy is the only one that could have built this, but it's the kind of thing that I daydream about while I'm working in the shop. So Izzy went to the length of making his own cylinder, and I think he even documented an explosion at one point. So great build, Izzy. Check this out. So I want to share with you my next build that I'm actually leaving here after I film this and going home to resaw some white oak, because I am getting ready to replace all of these bags. Well, these are Andrew's bags, but Andrew is a remote editor for us, and I have a home shop that I keep most of my personal tools in. And when we come back and forth from the PopWood shop to our home shops, we just have these random bags where we're carrying our tools in. So, and sorry, I clapped. I'm working on this Hayward tool case, chest he calls it, case. It's an older design that used to be pretty popular, but it's briefcase style. And so I'm building one of these, Andrew Zollner's building one of these. This half of the table is my tools. We were laying out tools the other night to see how big our cases need to be, and I think mine will be less ambitious because I live closer. But Andrew, he was talking about this. When he was getting on the plane to come here this time, he lives in Minnesota, he had his bag weighed almost exactly 50 pounds. He put all of this in a suitcase. And so at the last minute, he took out his number 4 and left the chip breaker and the blade in the bag and went through TSA with this in his carry-on, which they did not like because your tools are supposed to be smaller than this if you bring them on. Anyhow, he said he wasn't going to get on that plane if he had to leave his plane, which I thought was funny. So we are going to get started on this project here very soon. And so I'd encourage you to follow us on Instagram if you want to see some updates on these builds. And it's going to be in the December issue of the magazine. Now, let me get into the last video. It comes from Matthias Wandel, which you guys also let me know. I'm terrible with names in this last video. Oh.
So this video is...
I didn't mean to play that. Why we gave up on the country life. This is not a woodworking video, except it sort of is. I really appreciated this video from Matthias because he's talking about balancing life. And I am also a young father, or a father with young kids. And so I very much sympathize with Matthias's decision to sell his country property and move somewhere where he can have help from the family, where he can have less property to manage, we can focus on his kids and maybe his woodworking. So he's making hard life decisions, and I think that's really important and one of our takeaways from today. Instead of crazy Dave, you're getting a thoughtful Dave. So I would encourage you, as you woodworkers, to think about the ways that you can prioritize projects so that you're doing things that you enjoy. Like if you accidentally buy a farm like Matthias, and you accidentally realize that you don't want all of that, make a decision to build something you love. So there you go, a thoughtful thought from Dave, Lyell style. And with that, I just want to share with you that we sent this to press, to the printer. This is the November issue, and it has lots of exciting articles, and I appreciate your feedback on the cover from several playbacks ago, but this is the cover we landed on. It's a in-process shot that we sent our photographer up to Chicago to get this image. And then we also have my welding article. That's my dog. And then we also have our drop front Limbert desk with an ebonized finish on white oak. It's gorgeous. And then this router carved dish top table from Austin. And then we also have our Excellence Awards winners. Those are the features in this November issue. And so I would encourage you to look for that on the newsstand if you are not a subscriber. I will include links to how to subscribe to that magazine. And as always, sorry, I clapped again. I'll include my email down in the description. So you can send me an email if you find a video that you like, or if you just want to tell me I'm bad at my job. See you guys. Jake, put the freaking camera down.